After installing WordPress, the next thing you're going to want to do is customize WordPress by installing a theme you like, installing plugins that extend the functionality of the core WordPress installation, as well as making some customizations to plugins, headers, footers, themes, etc. So the first thing we want to tackle is themes. So if you go to your WordPress dashboard and click on Appearance and then Themes, you will see that the 2010 theme is installed by default, and it looks like this. Now, just to give you a little bit of background, WordPress web pages are comprised of 4 basic parts. There's the header, the footer, the sidebar, and the content. And what happens is, on the server side, the server actually uses those 4 pieces, assembles all the parts on the fly, and then renders the page. So what we're going to do now is install a theme, and there are a few different ways to install themes, and I'm going to show them to you. The first way is to click on this tab called Install Themes, and then let's just search for something. We're going to look for, let's see, one with a left sidebar. And then let's find a theme. And then let's just preview a theme. That's what our website will look like once we activate it. So I don't like that one, so let's pick this one. We're going to just say install. And install now. And then activate. And we'll take a look at what that looks like by reloading our page. You can see that everything's changed, even though I haven't changed a single thing with respect to content or copyrights or links or comments or anything like that. So you can see how the theme changed. We will go back. I'll show you also how to go back to a theme you had already previously installed. All you do is go down here under Available Themes, click Activate, and then reload your page, and that's what it looks like. So that's way number 1. Install themes, and then find one. Another way is to upload a theme by clicking on Browse, and then going and finding a theme that you've downloaded. And it's got to be a zip file. So I'll pick Lemon Twist and then click on Install Now and then Activate. And then let's go reload our page. And that's what it looks like. Okay. Let's go back and reactivate the one the basic one, and make sure that it loads. Good. The last basic way to do this is to use an FTP client like FileZilla. Log in, go to your domain, find WP content, and then themes, and then what you want to do is take, go back to my computer, find a theme that I want to install, and we'll install Genesis. So the easiest way to do that is to drag this unzipped folder over to the themes folder and wait for it to load. And you'll see that there our 50 or so files left. When those are done, we can then go back to our dashboard. Let's go back to our dashboard, reload this page, and you see Genesis Here Now right here. Activate that. And let's go reload our page. And that's what it looks like. So pretty basic stuff. 3 ways. 1 is to go find a theme within WordPress. 2 is to upload a zipped file that contains your theme files. And number 3 is to FTP an unzipped folder that contains your themes, or that contains the theme you want. Okay, that's it. So now the topic turns to themes. And there are 2 kinds of themes. There are free themes and premium themes. You may be a little confused when you do a search on Google, for example, when you see something that says it's a free premium theme. Well, that's like jumbo shrimp. It's an oxymoron. It doesn't exist. There are either free themes that you don't pay any money for, or premium themes that you do pay money for. So that's kind of how we're going to approach this video. Free versus premium. I'm going to show you how to find some free themes, some of the free themes that I've used in the past, as well as the 3 top premium themes that I use today. Alright, so let's get started. Let's type in free WordPress themes, and as luck would have it, the first thing that pops up is WordPress.org. So that's one way to find free themes. They have featured themes. There's tons of themes in here, okay? So there's Toolbox, Lightword, Cbench, News, etc. There's the most popular you can look at, the newest themes, recently updated. You're sure to find something in here that you really like, okay? That's one way to find free themes. Another way to find a theme is to go to your dashboard on your website, click on Install Themes, and then you can do a search. So you can say, you know, I want a 2-column photo blogging theme, and then click Find Themes, and you have 4 things that come up. There's Minimatica, WP Folio, Adventure Journal, and Platform. So let's look at what one of these looks like. So let's install it. Click Install Now. And then we'll have to activate it. And then we'll go look at it. So this is how the site looks right now. And this is how the site looks after we applied that new theme. So it completely changes the look and feel of the website, which is pretty cool. Alright, that's one way. That's a second way to find a theme, a free theme that you're sure to like. I'm going to go back and activate the 2011 theme, which is one of the default themes that comes with WordPress. And let's take a look at how the site changes there. Okay, so changes quite a bit, right? Alright. Another way to go is, obviously we just typed in free WordPress themes in this search box. This is a place where you can go, Premium WP Theme, and this is one of those that says Free Premium WordPress Themes 2011. So there's a listing here of the best free WordPress themes: Minifolio, Dynamic WordPress, Constellation, etc., etc. You can probably find something here as well. We'll look at one more. Smashing Magazine. Free WordPress Themes 2011 edition. Here's a whole bunch of themes here. And they're all pretty nice. Like I really like that one. That one's nice too. That one's really beautiful. But the picture is doing, you know, it's serving a great purpose here. It's really getting you interested in looking at this theme. Don't forget that if you're going to use a theme that extensively uses images, you're going to want to invest in some high quality photography. So that's another way to find themes, is through a Google search. This is a theme that I found quite a while ago, and it's really neat. I really like this theme. It's clean, it's crisp, it's very easy to use and configure. So this is what it looks like. So you have a banner at the top, and you have little thumbnails of each post called featured stories, and then editor's picks. It's a 2-column theme for the most part. I like the tabs here that says, it has your featured posts, your latest posts, comments, and tags. It's got a calendar, which really never serves any purpose, but I'm sure you could figure out how to make it work. And then there's a news feed here. At the bottom, there's the latest headlines, and then a footer that is 4 columns, which is recent posts, categories, blog roll, and meta. Pretty cool theme. I've also used this theme called Eximius, and it's done by this person or this group called dkszone.net. And it's a really nice theme too. It's nice and clean. It's a 3-column theme. Here's column 1, column 2, column 3. So it has 2 sidebars, a right sidebar, a left sidebar, and then content. Very easy to work with. I really like it. You can download it now for free. Okay. As far as premium themes go, I really like these, and I'll tell you why I like them. Take a look at StudioPress. Now, it's kind of pricey. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, it's a really beautiful theme, or set of themes. It's a whole lot of themes. So basically it works on this Genesis framework. So you have to have this Genesis theme to make it work. But then you can buy individual themes like the agency child theme or agent press child theme. This is great for real estate. There's a lot of stuff here. There's the Pro Plus package, which allows you to get them all for one low price. There's the education theme, enterprise child theme, all sorts of themes. So basically Genesis is the theme, and then all the rest of these that overlay on top of them are child themes. Makes it very, very easy to customize your sites. Very, very simple. So let's go click on the Pro Plus package. And you'll see that it's $300. Sounds expensive, right? But look at what you get. You get every one of their themes, which is quite a bit. Can you imagine what you can do with all these themes? You can have, 20 different looks and feels for different niche sites, or even the same niche. 20 different sites, 20 different looks, same niche. You could totally dominate your niche. That's pretty cool. I really like that set of themes, and I use that a lot for magazine style theme websites, as well as real estate websites and that kind of thing. Great for entertainers too. There's another one that's really good for internet marketing because it's really been designed for sales, and it's called Socrates. And it's got all the SEO built in. It's got a bunch of header designs that you can add. Like I said, it's search engine optimized. It's AdSense and ClickBait monetized. As they say here, it's created by marketers for marketers. And for unlimited domains, it's $77. You can install this theme on every domain you own, and you only pay $77. If you only want it for one theme, for one website, it's $47. It was actually created by Joel Comm, and Dan Nickerson, who are internet marketers, very famous. So this is good stuff. You can also try it for free for 7 days, which is kind of neat. And the last one I want to talk about is my favorite of all time, and it's called Headway Themes. And this is one of those themes that you can actually install and totally customize with no coding whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to say you will never have to touch a bit of code. If you want something really, really customized, you're going to have to touch some code. But for the most part, you can drag and drop stuff all over the page and create a layout, do a template, apply that template to all of your pages and posts, or some of them. You could have a single column view for sales pages. You could have a 3-column view for your blog pages. I mean, you can really go nuts with this thing, and it's absolutely beautiful. So personal use is $87, and that gives you 2 Headway sites, and the Headway Developer Package gives you unlimited Headway sites. Really not a bad deal. So that's what I have for themes. In the next video, we're going to show you how to deal with menus for certain themes. See you next time. Hi, the next thing you want to do after you modify your theme or add a new theme is to add on some plugins that extend the functionality of the core WordPress installation. And I've got a list here of recommended plugins that you should use, and we're going to go through a couple of ways that you can install plugins on your new website. So the first thing we want to do is we want to navigate to that new website. The first and easiest way to install plugins is right through the dashboard. Click on Plugins and then click on Add New. And one of the plugins that we like, that we recommend, is Akismet. It's an anti-spam plugin that will really cut down on your comment spam. So type in that search term. So then you search plugins, and you find it here. You have 2 options. One is details, which will tell you more about it, or you can just install now. Install now, and click on OK. Then you activate the plugin, and then you go to Settings. And there's one thing here that you need to do, and that is enter an API key. And if you don't have one, go through the steps. Just click on this link right here, go get your API key, come back and enter it. So I'm going to paste my API key in here, and it can be the same for every one of your sites. You can check these boxes. I never do. And then click Update Options. And now you're done. If you go back to the plugins dashboard, you'll find that there are 2 plugins here. This one, Hello Dolly, is a silly one. I always delete it. It does nothing for you. It adds no functionality. It's just kind of an example put in by the default WordPress installation. So click Yes, delete these files. And now we have Akismet there. Let's go to our list of recommended plugins and choose All-in-One SEO Pack. This takes us to another way to go get a plugin. This takes us to WordPress.org, which houses all of the free plugins that are registered with WordPress.org. And the way you would do this one is you would click on this button right here that says Download Version 1.6.13.3 in this case. Click on that, save the file, navigate to the folder, and there it is. You can go back here, add new, upload, navigate to your desktop where that theme is in a zip file right here, and then click Install Now. Then activate, and it says it's almost ready. It must be configured. Go to the admin page, so let's go there. And then let's scroll down and just take a look. I enjoy this plugin and have made a donation. You could do that or not. Plugin status, enable. In the home title, and this is where it becomes really critical. These fields right here are the only ones that I use, are the only ones that I modify. I don't modify anything else in here. But it's important that you put in a home title. The title of your site is the most important aspect of your site from a search engine optimization standpoint. Your URL matters. It's nice to have keywords in there, but most importantly, your home title matters. So in my case, for this example, I'm going to type in the ultimate guide to WordPress. And then the home description is something descriptive. This is what's going to appear in search results on Google or Bing or Yahoo or any other search engine, right beneath your title. So for example, if we go to Google and we type in WordPress, right here is the title of the site, and this is the meta description of the site. This is the URL of the site. So this meta description is actually very important in getting people to read it and click through to your link. If this meta description doesn't make any sense, but this one down here does, even though it's ranked number 2, I may, as a search user or visitor, I may click on this link rather than this link because it sells me what I'm really trying to find. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so you would put something descriptive in here. Everything you want to know about WordPress configuration, installation, configuration, use, backing up, add-ons, etc. And then home keywords. Well, for this one, it would be WordPress. It would be guide to WordPress. And it would be ultimate guide to WordPress. And one more. I usually throw in 4 to 5. How to use WordPress. And that's what I'm going to put here. So when you're done, you scroll all the way down to the bottom and you click Update Options. You'll find that now the title is The Ultimate Guide to WordPress. This title is a little long, The Ultimate Guide to WordPress, How to Set Up and Use WordPress. That actually is pretty descriptive, but I actually like the shorter title better, The Ultimate Guide to WordPress. There really is no room for what does this cover. It's The Ultimate Guide to WordPress. So I would suggest that you keep it as simple as possible. So that's method number 2 for installing a plugin. So the third way to install a plugin, just like installing a theme, is to go to your file, go to your FTP client, log in, navigate to your plugin folder for your domain, which is always in WP content. There's plugins, and then just navigate to the folder, drag the folder over. Overwrite because I've already got the plugin installed, but if that plugin weren't installed, this window would not have popped up. You see that there's about 20 files left. Once that's done, we go back to our browser. We can refresh, make sure it's all good, and it looks good. Let's go take a look. A little slow loading for some reason, but that's okay. Also wanted to let you know that in this document, if you click any of these links, the link will take you to the page for that plugin in the WordPress.org directory. And this will tell you the reasons why you should be using these plugins. I won't go into all of the reasons, but I've found that these are really good plugins for a core WordPress website. For example, I'll just go through them real quick. Akismet is good for comment spam. All-in-one SEO pack optimizes your website for search engine optimization. CBNet Ping Optimizer limits the number of times you ping your update services, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But anytime you make an edit, the update services get pinged, and you can actually be banned from some of those update services, which is bad for your search engine results. Contact Form 7 is a great contact form, allowing people to get a hold of you without them having to know your email address. It's just a forms-based thing. Contextual related posts is awesome because at the bottom of every one of your posts, it finds relevant posts in your website that that kind of match or have similar content as this one, which helps your visitor to stay on your website longer and learn more stuff. Easy AdSense is great for AdSense, Google AdSense, putting those ads up. Go Codes is a great redirect script for affiliate links. Google Analyticator is a great way to easily install Google Analytics on your WordPress website. The sitemap generator generates a sitemap that's compliant with Google Webmaster Tools, Yahoo Site Explorer, and Bing Webmaster Tools. Google Cards is new. The jury's still out on this one, but basically it gives you a neat way for people to connect with you on Google, the new Google Plus. Permalinks move permanently. If you ever change your permalink structure, which we'll go over in a little bit, this plugin helps direct those old URLs to the new URLs. The DoFollow plugin just makes all your anytime somebody comments on your site, by default WordPress makes those comments no follow. This strips that out and makes them do follow, which means that more people will comment on your site. Sexy bookmarks is a great way to add a bunch of different ways to share through social media content on your site. The CAPTCHA for WordPress is one more way of reducing comment spam, especially by bots. It puts a little CAPTCHA form in there that robots have a hard time figuring out. The Facebook like button just puts a like button on your page. And WP Twin we'll talk about in a little bit, but it's an awesome premium, it's not free, WordPress plugin that allows you to clone your sites so that you can replicate your sites quickly. So this site that's taking us, an hour or two to create, we can do in 5 minutes. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you the way to quickly install all of those recommended plugins that we've already talked about. You've got a PDF in your sales package that has basically just a listing of all the recommended plugins that we like to use. And I'm going to show you a really quick way to upload all of those via FTP to your website. Alright, so let's get cracking. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go find that list and then click on each one in turn and then click the little download button that says download version x.x.x and save that. And go back and do this one at a time. Save it. You keep doing this till you're done. Okay. It really doesn't take as long as it seems. Alright, just keep doing this in turn. I'm going to pause this, get them all done, and then we'll Okay, we're wrapping up our last two. Download that, click OK. And actually, we're not going to do this one right now because it's not something you can download for free. It's something you actually have to go out and buy, download, and then install. But we've talked about that in another video. So now that we're done with that, we go find where all of our downloads were downloaded to. And mine are all here, so I'm going to put them all in a special folder. Alright, I'm going to put them right here. And then I'm going to fire up my FileZilla and get going. And navigate to my domain. And then find my plugins folder. And you'll see just one plugin's installed there right now. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to clean that up. And clean that up. I downloaded a couple of these more than once. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to unzip each one of these. So you can do this and extract here. You'll note that there's a folder down here, right? It's basically the extracted contents from this one down to this one. You can also select all of these and extract to here. And you notice how they all extracted into their own folder. Now, I don't know if these parentheses work, so I'll take that out. Alright, now we're ready to go. So we can select all of these, the extracted folders, move them here. The Akismet one is already there, so we can overwrite that. And this will take a little while. There's 500 plus files to upload. So I'll pause here. So as we're uploading files, you can see that we're down to around 200 files left. But I want to mention a few benefits of doing it this way. Number one, when you access these recommended plugins via this list right here, and you click on them, you're going to get the latest, most up-to-date version. That's benefit number one. Benefit number two is you can do this upload a lot faster than you can install each individual plugin one by one through the WordPress dashboard. This may seem like it's taking a long time, but it took less than a minute. So that's important, and it's not nearly as tedious. You saw the 3 steps. I think it was 3 steps. 3 steps. 1, access the page, make the download, save it, go get that download. It's right here. Put it where you want it, right here, and then extract it like this. And then the next step is to take all of these folders and just drag them into your plugins folder. That's it. That's a really nifty way to do this. You're always going to get the latest updates, the latest plugins. You're not going to have to worry about any of that kind of stuff, and it's just a lot less tedious. All right, that's it. So the next plugin that you have to configure is the all-in-one SEO pack, and you can see that right here in this big red box. So go to the admin page to enable and configure this plugin. So when we do that, we'll see some stuff here. You can join the mailing list and subscribe, donate, all that good stuff. The meat of the plugin is down here. Plugin status, enable it. Okay, here's where it gets strategic, and you have to think about search engine optimization and all that good stuff. The reason people find your site on the web is through a search engine. They're looking specifically for something, And if you supply it to them and you do good search engine optimization on both on-page and off-page factors, you will rank for those keywords, and you most likely will get a chance at getting a click. So all-in-one SEO, the all-in-one SEO pack is great for on-page SEO. So what you have to think of is, what are my keywords? And hopefully you've done this ahead of time. Hopefully you did this long before you even picked a domain name, because as we've said before, your keywords drive everything. It should drive what you choose for your domain name. It should drive what you choose for your for creating content, tags, categories, etc., etc. So, being that the name of this website is The Ultimate Guide to WordPress, you may want to make this home title The Ultimate Guide to WordPress. So let's do something real quick. Let's go look at the website. And see up here, it says The Ultimate Guide to WordPress instruction site. This is kind of a demo site, all right? That's why it's called that. But we can go here and update the options and see if there's a difference in the way that menu looks. Up here, this is the title bar. So this is what Google and Yahoo and Bing will ultimately call your site. All right. So you notice how it changed to The Ultimate Guide to WordPress? That's strictly because I entered The Ultimate Guide to WordPress in the home title. Okay, home description. This is the ultimate guide to everything there is to know about WordPress. Okay, why is this important? Your home description is the text that Google and Yahoo and Bing and other search engines are going to use to describe your page in their search engine results pages. So let's go to Google and we'll type something in, internet marketing. Okay, let's just pick the first one. This one right here. Let's pick this one. Internet marketing, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Okay. This is the title, and we'll go check it out in a minute. But this is the title, this is the URL, and this is the home page description. Okay. So let's go look at that. Notice how this text is exactly the same as this text. Notice that the URL is the same thing. And notice that, well, you won't really see this anywhere on the site. Actually, you do. So what Google does is they do two things. Number one, they will take whatever you give them for your home description and use it. Or if you don't have a home description, they will make their best guess. And their best guess usually is the first few words of the first paragraph. So it'll be something like this. Notice that it stops at of right here. Okay, that's important to know. You want to get your whole quote-unquote sales pitch out there in, I think it's 160 characters. The important part here is that this description here and here and here, etc., is really your only chance in the search engine results pages to convey a selling proposition that somebody will look at and use to choose between this option, or this option, and so on and so on. Okay, so enough about that. Home keywords. As far as Google is concerned, they don't really look at keywords. They don't look at meta keywords anymore. But you never know when a new kid in the search engine field is gonna take over or come to the forefront. You know, 12 years ago, Yahoo was it. Nobody had heard of Google. Then Google came along, and Google's it. Somebody else is going to come along. It's just a matter of time. And that search engine might actually use home keywords again. So it's not a bad idea to put home keywords in here, because it serves at least two purposes. I usually put 3 to 5 in this box. Okay, the purposes it serves. Number one, as alluded to before, an up-and-coming search engine or one of the existing search engines may start using home keywords again. That's a possibility. Number two, putting keywords here, your top 3 to 5 keywords, really reminds you what your website is all about. If you were to boil down into 3 to 5 keyword phrases what your website is about, this is where you're going to put it. Keeping that in mind, it's always going to help you write content, because you're going to focus on those 3 to 5 keywords. And as you get more content, you can kind of go outside of that and choose long tail keywords to concentrate on. But for now, you really want to focus on these 3 to 5 keyword phrases. All right. Typically, I leave everything else as is. But you can change anything here, and I don't recommend it. Everything stock and default is great. These are the 3 main boxes. Make sure you enable it, and then go down to update options, and you're done. Okay, we're on to the next video, and this one is about Akismet. And you'll notice that prior to configuring Akismet, you get this note here. So let's go to Akismet. The easiest way is right here by clicking on this link. What you need to do is get an API key. And if you don't know what an API key is, you can click on this, and this will tell you. But here's how you go get it. So click on that link, click on this button, and choose the free one. And you can make it 0 if you want. Alright, fill in your first name, last name, email, and confirm email. You can click or not click this and click continue, and you will be emailed an API key. Once you have that API key, you can then go back to this field, paste it in, update options. Okay? Since I already have an API key, I just paste mine in, click update options, and we're done. That's it for Akismet. Now I do want to make a special note here. Akismet is awesome. It is probably the best plugin you can use for your WordPress blog, bar none. It really handles spam comments well. What you'll find is that as your blog gets more popular, or even if it's not popular, there are automated programs that go out and find open, quote-unquote open commenting blogs. And WordPress, is a blog type content management system. So what you'll find is when Akismet is turned off or deactivated or not even present, you'll get a lot of comments that are complete and utter baloney. They don't add to the conversation, they don't make sense, people are just trying to get a backlink. So you want to avoid that. The best way to avoid that is by installing Akismet. It will cut your spam comments by 95% as a rough estimate. Alright, so use Akismet, install it, get this API key, update your options, and you'll be good. Okay, the next plugin we want to take a look at is called Easy AdSense. And this is a neat little plugin that allows you to place AdSense ads on your website in certain areas that will earn you, a little bit of money to a lot of bit of money, depending on your chosen niche. Let's go take a look at it. So it's called Easy AdSense Pro, and let's go take a look at the settings. And there's not going to be anything here right now, but we'll go over to Google AdSense and show you how to do that. So what you want to do is you want to insert your Google AdSense code in these boxes here. And I'll tell you what we recommend, and we'll go from there. So let's go to Google AdSense, and it's an AdSense setup, and it's Get Ads. Let's go to AdSense for Content, and view this as a single page. And we're going to use an ad unit first. Next, we might go to a link unit, but we'll use an ad unit first, and we'll use their 300 by 250. Let's use the default Google palette, and then let's add a new channel, and we're going to call this Ultimate Guide to WordPress, UGWP. Okay, we're going to call this UGWP and submit and get code. So this is the code. You click inside the box, it auto highlights for you, copy it, take it back over here, paste it. Alright, and on this you want, actually, you know what, we don't want that there, we want that down here. We want this AdSense block to be in the middle of a post. Alright, and we want to make that align right text wrapped. And then we want to go back and get another ad. And we want to do AdSense for Content. This time we want to do a link unit. And let's do single page, link unit. We want to make it the smaller link unit. And we'll use the default palette. And we'll go find our channel, add it, and then put that down here, UGWP, submitting a code, click in the box, copy, go back up here, do that. Now all the rest of them I suppress, okay? So suppress, oh, on this one I want it to align left, not text wrap, no wrap. Okay. Option on Google policy, 3 ad blocks. That's what we want. We want to maximize our number of ads that we can put on there. And then a couple other places you want to change some data. This used to default at 5%, but now it's defaulting at 0, so that's good. And then show no links to my blog anywhere. That's perfect. And then we just click on Save Changes. Let's go to the website. Now the ads won't appear for about 10 minutes. At least they won't appear in a way that are readable. So let's click on Media Example 1. Yeah, they're not showing. But you can see this little yellow stripe right here. That's where the ad's going to show up. And it's going to be that size. Okay. So let's do this. Let's create a bigger post and see how ads look in the middle of the post. And we're going to take something that we've already got and paste it in. So we're going to paste something back into here. And let's publish it. And let's reload that tab. We're going to pause it here for about 10 minutes and see if we can't find an ad for you. So here's that example post, and I'm just going to show you where the ad will appear. It's going to appear right here. That's the link unit, and then there's a block of ad here. So I'm going to pause again, wait a few minutes, and show you what the ads look like once they're live, because it takes Google 10 to 15 minutes to get these things online. Okay, I've refreshed the page and you can see that there are ads here and down here. Now, as more content is added and whatnot, these ads will become more contextually based, meaning if the content is about blogging, the ads will be about blogging. If the content is about a piece of exercise equipment, the ads will be about exercise equipment. All right, so that's it for Easy AdSense. It's a pretty cool little plugin. It works really well. You can earn a little bit of extra money on your website if you want, or if you're targeting a niche really hard, you're writing a lot of good content, you can make a lot of money. All right, that's it. Okay, welcome back. What we want to talk about now is pinging, and that is whenever you create a blog post, WordPress notifies some pinging services, they call them update services, that you have new content. And then those services come out and they take a look at your content, they bring it back in, they index it, they rank it. They're kind of like a search engine for posts, in a way. But the idea is that you can get your content out there to these pinging services, and because they're always constantly looking for content, the search engines go to them rather than to your website, and then they crawl through the links back to your website so that your content is spidered, indexed, and ranked quickly. So let's look at something first before we get into the specific plugin that I want to talk about. So let's go to Settings, and then Writing, and then if you scroll down here, like I said, they're called update services. When you publish a new post, WordPress automatically notifies the following site update services. Okay, so this is a custom update services or ping list that I've put together of all the best update services there are. So let's click Save Changes, and then I'll show you this plugin. The reason this plugin is very important is if you're like me, whenever you create a post, it's never perfect. So you go in and change it 5 minutes later, and then 2 minutes later you see something that you want to fix, and then 3 minutes later you see something you want to change, or you misspelled something, or your grammar was poor, or whatever. You want to change the title. Doesn't matter. Every time you edit those posts like that, you're pinging these update services again. Update services will ban your IP, meaning they won't accept any submissions from your site if they see your IP, if they see that you're abusing their service. So what this plugin that I'm about to show you does is it stops WordPress from notifying these pinging services. Okay, so as you know, it's in our list of recommended plugins, and it's called CBNet Ping Optimizer, and it looks like this. So it basically takes that list that I just pasted in to the other part of the dashboard, looks at them here. You can enable pinging, which you want to do for sure, but then you also want to limit excessive pinging in short time. So ping at most one time within 15 minutes. That's the default setting. It works. Usually by the time 15 minutes are up, you have made all your edits. So click Save Settings, and you're done. You don't really have to fear of that your IP is going to be banned by any of these update services now, because you're not going to ping them excessively. Okay, that's it. Okay, next up we're going to talk about making a sitemap using a plugin. And we're also going to show you how to get a Yahoo application ID, which is important for getting this sitemap up on Yahoo. So let's go to Plugins and just make sure that it's the plugin we're looking for has already been installed, and it's called Google XML Sitemaps, but it's not necessarily just for Google. All right, so let's go down to Settings, and then go all the way down to XML Sitemap. And you'll see in this summary right here that the sitemap was last built on September 2nd at 7:05. It was zipped and built on September 2nd. Google was successfully notified, Bing was successfully notified, and Ask was successfully notified. You'll notice that the fourth major search engine, Yahoo, is not here. So what you need to do is go down to Basic Options, and you need to click this box and enter your application ID. If you don't have such a key, you request one here, okay? So basically, you click on this link, you sign in with your Yahoo account, and you fill all of this out, okay? Follow the directions, hit continue, you'll get a Yahoo application ID. Once you've got that, you go back here and you paste it in here like so. Then you scroll all the way down and you hit Update Options. Now if you want, you can actually rebuild your sitemap right now. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. I leave all of these options as is. I'm one of those default kind of guys. So what you can do is you can rebuild the sitemap manually. Once you do that, you should see a new entry here. Yahoo was successfully notified about changes. That's a good thing. The great thing about this plugin is it's awesome for SEO. It's awesome for search engine optimization. Giving Google, Yahoo, Bing, and Ask your sitemap really helps those services spider, index, and consequently rank your content. Highly beneficial, highly beneficial. The next step you should take, however, is to look at these sitemap resources over here and go to the Webmaster Tools, the Site Explorer, and the Bing Webmaster Tools. And look at these, and what you'll want to do in the case of for Google Webmaster Tools is you'll want to add a site right here, and then we will type in the site address, which is and then click continue. Now, follow these instructions. You need to download this HTML verification file. Once that's downloaded, go get it. Put that over here. Go to your FTP client. And you need to put it in the root. Just drag it over here. Then go back to your website. You can confirm that it was there. So if there's text in this file, you know it's there. And then click verify. And continue. And what you want to do next is look at all these options. This is not a course in how to use Google Webmaster Tools, so don't get too excited. I'm not going to explain all of this stuff in detail. But what you can do is click on Sitemaps and submit a sitemap. And then if you go back here, you'll see the address of your XML sitemap is right here. So just copy that, go back to Webmaster Tools, submit a sitemap, paste it in there, click the button, and you'll see that I've submitted 4 URLs. Now let's see if that's true. How many pages and posts do I have? So I have 2 posts, 1 page, and then the index page. So that's 4. So that makes sense. All right. So we can get rid of this. For Yahoo Site Explorer, it's kind of the same. So you type in your web address, add my site, and then you do basically the same procedure by uploading a verification file to my site, download it. There it is. Go back here, refresh. There it is. Go back here, drag that into root. Go back here, verify it's there. It's there. And then click on Ready to Authenticate. Oh, I left out something. You need to put this into the file. So we can edit this with Notepad. And I believe you have to put it between the body, like that. And then go back here. Drag it back over. Just verify that that happened as planned. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good. Now we can go back here. Click on here. Click here. Oh, note that it says verified, so that was good. And then you can type in sitemap.xml, and it is a website feed. Add the feed, and once you're done with that, you're done with Yahoo. And it's here. Interestingly enough, it says pending submission to Microsoft. So we're not even going to bother with Bing. We can get rid of these. And just know that your website is now set up with an XML sitemap that is going to help you immensely. Every time you add content, that sitemap is going to get updated and it's going to get sent out to those 4 services. That is extremely awesome. That's good. That's a good combination of on-page and off-page SEO working right there. That's going to help your website rank well for your keywords immensely. There's one final thing you can do when you're customizing WordPress. We've already gone through themes and how to add themes or modify your theme, how to add plugins. The last thing you might want to do, and this is an advanced topic that we're not going to go into in depth, but you can modify your themes and your plugins, and you do that like this. So for example, if you wanted to modify a plugin, you could go to the editor, pick one of your plugins and change the code in here if you're adept at that. You could also do it with the all-in-one SEO pack, which are the only 2 plugins I've got installed right now. You could go inside here, change the code, update the file, be done with it. But you better be sure that you know what you're doing with PHP code. The same goes for themes. You can edit a theme. And as you can see here, Genesis is chosen, but you can choose any of the themes that are already installed on your site. And you could choose, say for example, the footer. If you wanted to change the footer, you could do that by clicking on footer, finding the appropriate line of code that you want to change. It could be something as simple as, you know, the copyright or whatnot. You would find that, change it, update it, and you're done. So that's really all there is to that. Not going to get into the advanced stuff. I would always suggest that you actually hire a developer or somebody adept in PHP to do this for you. Also note that if you ever change your themes or your plugins or update them, odds are those files, all those changes you've made in those files will be overwritten, so you'll have to do it again. So always keep good track of what you've done. And again, another caveat is when you do make changes, if there's an update to a plugin that's substantial, meaning it affects the way the plugin works to a large degree, those changes you made to the plugin in the old plugin may not work with the new plugin. So just a word of caution. Anyway, that's it for this. Talk to you next time. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to use widgets, and they're pretty simple and pretty neat. Widgets are installed in your sidebar, which if you look at the site, this right over here is your sidebar. Okay, so some things are installed by default, but we'll go take a look at those widgets right now. So let's go here to Appearance, click on Widgets. See all these widget areas. The primary widget area is Search, Recent Posts. Here's your search, recent posts, etc. So you can take these out, you can put other ones in. So let's show you search. We can delete it. So it's gone. If we go back and refresh the page, this box should be gone. See how that worked? All right. Now if you want to add a widget, like for example, we want to add some text. Grab the text, drag and drop it to wherever you want to put it. We'll put it at the top so it's easier to see. And then you can say text, some sample text. And then we'll go back and look. And there's our sample text. Now if you want to be really creative, you can do something like this. You could put a hyperlink in there. Like so. Back over here, reload the page, and you'll see that Google's there, right? All right, clicked on the link, took us to Google. All right, another thing you could do here is you could actually put images in here with some other hyperlinks or hypertext, some other HTML. You can put any HTML in this box and it'll work. You can put JavaScript in this box and it'll work. If you want to minimize this view, you just select Close. You're all set. If you want to add something to a different widget area, you can put it here. It's all very simple. Now, this theme only has one sidebar. It's right here. See how this is talking about different footer and widget areas and whatnot. This theme only has one thing here. All right. So that's it on widgets. Very simple, very straightforward. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is menus. So if you go down to Appearance and then Menus, you'll find the following. Nothing's really here. You have to actually create a menu first. So we'll call this Top Nav. And then go and create a menu. And there still really won't be anything here. Let's take a look at the site. because there are no pages. Menus and pages work hand in hand. You can add pages to a menu, and that will change the way your menu appears. So let's go make some pages. We'll make 3 pages. Page 1, page 2, and page 3. All right. Now let's go back and look at our site. See if anything's there. Nothing's there. Okay. So you actually have to go to menus and add those pages to the menu. So watch what we can do here. Okay. Go down to pages, select all, add to menu, and save the menu. Go back to your site, and what do you see? You see your 3 pages there, right? Okay. Go back to the menu, and you can actually rearrange these so that they're in order. You can even do this so that page 2 is a sub-page of page 1. Let's go see how that looks. Okay. Page 2 is a sub-page of page 1. Page 3 stands on its own. So you can click on page 1, or you could click on page 2. Okay? How cool is that? So you can make your own navigation menu by using the proper theme and the pages that you want to include in that menu. You don't have to include them all. You can include 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 or all of them. It's up to you. All right? That's it for this one.